I'm not going to pretend to be an expert by any means on tobacco because this is our first year doing it actually. But there's a pretty major lack of information, especially on YouTube. There's not a lot of people that really talk about it, talk about how to grow it, what to do with it after you've grown it. And so far, our first year, our starts are getting pretty big. They're doing pretty solid, as you can see. Pretty happy with what's happening. Like most of them were pretty small, like this, 10 days ago, maybe a little bit bigger. And then boom, after like one more week. So they're growing like gangbusters. I'm going to give them some nutrients, mostly, you know, motivated from the stuff I've seen from people like Dre at G7 Genetics and stuff like that, and what they're doing with cannabis. The nutrients when they're watering them has been phenomenal. I've been doing the research I can. I'm running Madoles and Havana 142s. I got the seeds from Victory Seeds, and we just started them up indoors on the seed mats that I'm going to show you here in a second. And so far so good. So again, I'm probably doing a lot of stuff wrong. We got the seeds going, we split them, we've repotted them, we're giving them their nutrients. They're out in the greenhouse now, and as they get a little bit bigger, we'll start hardening them off, leaving them outside a little bit at a time, and then we'll move them into their forever home, and we'll see how it goes. So yeah, I know obviously these are not all tobacco plants. We do have the Havanas in here, but this is just kind of an example, the simple shop light setup that we did, and on the bread tray with seed mats. And that was enough to get the seedlings started. So everything, we've had a lot of success this year just running this indoors during the cold months, you know, January, February, March in the PNW, and we did pretty well. The tomatoes are growing like gangbusters already. This is actually kind of wild because we went on vacation at the end of April, and these tomato starts are all from my wife's seeds that she saved from last year. And these things were not even 12 inches tall when we went on vacation, and we came back and they just absolutely exploded. So we're definitely doing something better this year because everything's going nuts. She had 96 starts, which is way more than we can do anything with, but we'll have a lot of tomatoes, some tomatillos, and hopefully a lot of other product. The greenhouse is still very new to us. Got a lot of work to do in here. Eventually, up top, we're gonna put in a solar powered fan. We've got one of the automatic openers that's worked out really, really well. So I think I'm gonna put in another one over here. Greenhouse temperature right now, 80 degrees. Not too bad for May in the Pacific Northwest. But we've been seeing, because we're using the Govee thermometer so I can check it all day long. We hit 100 degrees most days, even when it's only 60 degrees outside. We've hit as much as 113. I think 115 was peak. So getting some more ventilation in here is going to be crucial. I will eventually run more watering in here. We've got a 270 gallon tank that I might set up because we're going to raise tilapia in that and maybe do some aquaponics as well. But I'm not exactly sure where it's going to go at the moment because she managed to fill the greenhouse in pretty damn fast, as you can see. We were going to put it over here in this corner, just about a 270 gallon tank. It raised beds all above it. The plumbing is easy for me to understand because we've done reef tanks for many years now. It's just a matter of getting it done, getting the space, and setting in a good solid floor. The unfortunate thing is with tilapia out here is slowly as they grow, which actually is fairly fast, I still don't know how much work I'm gonna have to put into heating the tank because I think the weather's gonna turn cold before the tilapia are big enough to harvest. But like, look at this thing. It's an absolute monster. This thing was like 12, 14 inches tall 10 days ago, and it's just going gangbusters. Gangbusters. We're in March. So I think we're gonna have a hell of a tomato yield this year. What I'm doing today is nutrients, which I've already mixed up. And I'm just gonna do this. Some good old nutrient feed. And I'm gonna try to get them at the base as much as possible. I can already tell that I need to transplant these. I don't think the soil is the best. I am trying to protect the leaves, trying not to get them too wet. That's one thing that we failed at a lot in the past with our watering systems. we let our tomatoes get way too wet at the top, but this year we're running all drip line, so I don't think that's going to be an issue. My wife has just got so much of the stuff dialed in so much better than we've done in the years past. It's been a major focus for us. So basically right now, here's where we are. These things started, we're on a good 6+ weeks, maybe 8 now since we seeded them. They were really hard to seed because tobacco seeds, as you probably know, are really small. So most of the cubes that I used, which she made with this bad boy here, most of the cubes probably got 3 to 5 seeds, maybe more, because I don't have that good a vision and we just happened to sprinkle them in on accident. So they sprouted kind of slowly in the house in February and March, but they did start to take off. And then once they were big enough, I tried to split them, and then my wife helped me split them a little bit more because I got clumsy hands. And you can see I'm gonna have to split them a lot more. I mean, I got a shitload of tobacco growing in here. We don't smoke, don't chew, but we live in the state of Washington, and January 1st, they announced we're gonna have these massive new taxes because we like to tax everything out here. And I said, no. So we went and ordered a whole bunch of tobacco seeds and said, let's just see what we can do with it. And so far, I mean, I think they're looking pretty good. I mean, look how big these things are already. I'm telling you, man, you should have seen them. They were smaller than this 10, 12 days ago. And now they're that. I mean, our garden, the first 2 weeks of May, everything just absolutely exploded. Look at these things. So I'm going to continue watering. See if I can hold a camera while I'm doing it without damaging my precious babies. But that's all I'm going to do for today. I'm just going to water everything, make sure they have some nutrients. I'm going to start hardening them off. Then they'll get moved into their forever homes outside. And when I do that, we're going to add some Super Thrive and kind of see what we can do. So stay tuned, and hopefully these things take off. It's fun having, you know, 2 different types. You can kind of tell the difference. Like if you look at the Havana 142 leaf compared to our Madoles, you almost got a little bit more of a point on the Havanas, and the Madoles are just a little bit more rounded right now. But for just being green, they're beautiful. With any luck, I don't know much about them, but we'll probably let, you know, half of them go to flower and see if we can collect seeds and do it again next year, because it's been a lot of fun. So we'll see. I'll try to update when we get them in the ground. We'll see how they go, and then hopefully at the end of the year or the end of the season, we'll harvest them. I got some ideas already, and we'll probably crunch them up and see if we can't make some flavored chews and maybe some pipe smoke. Anyways, thank you.